Okay, hello everybody. How you guys doing? I know it's been quite some time, but it's good to see you guys. Today is exactly 2 years now since Omoyele Sowore was kidnapped by the DSS. Why? Because he called for days of rage. He called for a protest and he labeled the protest revolution now. Now that's really provoked the government of Muhammad Buhari, who sent DSS after him. The protest was to be on the 5th of August, but by the 3rd of August, which is exactly 2 years from today, Omoyele Sowore was kidnapped and tortured. They had his shoulder broken or dislocated, and that was in Lagos. And finally, they flew him to Abuja. Today, I'll be trying to look at or analyzing the state of the nation 2 years after, because it looked like Omoyele Sowore was the problem. So after they took him out of the scene, the first noticeable thing that happened is that it did not stop the protest. The protest still went on as planned. And by the 5th of August, guys were on the streets and they were protesting. They were protesting against so many things that were not working in Nigeria. A lot of people were against them. A lot of people thought they shouldn't have done it. A lot of people thought it was an exaggeration. In fact, revolution now itself, the word revolution, created a very big hola bola in Nigeria that it just occupied the media space. A lot of people, in fact, revolution was the highest searched word at a time online because of revolution now. I'm telling you, in the whole world, though, nobody say na Nigeria. In the whole world, the word revolution was trending because of revolution now. But the question is, so many years after, did anything change? All the demands under revolution now, did anything change? Those are the things that we're going to be looking at. I'd like to invite you, I'd like to welcome you to today's program. I've missed you guys too, because I know I've not been on the studio as I used to be, but it's good to have you in the studio. Do me a favor, share this video. Those of you on Facebook, make sure you share it. If you're watching on my page, if you're watching on Worship Media, give us a like. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe if you have not subscribed, because you'll notice that when you want to comment, it will not allow you to comment except you are subscribed. All right, for those of you who have forgotten what it was like, I'm going to play a video. It's on our channel because we try to do a flashback. It's on our channel. I'm going to play that video for you to make you see or remind you of what Omoyele Sowore went through 2 years ago, this very day, the 3rd of August. But good news, because every time Omoyele Sowore makes a move, every time there is a move by the oppressed to challenge the government, if the government seems like they scored a winning move, people turn around and begin to blame you. So there's good news. Just to let you guys know, the Dunamis 5, those guys who were arrested in Dunamis, they have been released. We got that news a short while ago, and I may be able to bring a video to you guys. But first of all, let us play a video of when Omoyele Sowore was when he was kidnapped by Buhari's government a long time ago. Let me play that video for you. So if you focus, direct your eyes on the first video on the left, top left, you see the car coming in. This is the car that they used to arrest kidnap Omoyele Sowore. And if you look at the timeline, you see how late it was when they came. So if you look at the video on the right, top right, that will be where you see now they've come into the lobby of the the guest house, and they're going to order the receptionist to take them to where Omoyele Sowore was. These are the same people who are manhandling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right now. See them moving, going to. So this is showing when they had taken Omoyele Sowore. You see the way they are handling him. The way they handled him was what made them, and that's his cousin. They're trying to resist. He was such a brave guy, even with all that gun and everything. He was trying to fight them off. Poor boy, what could he do? And you can see Sowore being pushed. And yeah, you can see his cousin still fighting the DSS guys, refusing for them to take Sowore away. But of course, he couldn't do much. And that is outside. You see, when they were driving out, he too, they tried to see, they nearly hit him. He struggled with them as they were taking Sowore away. And he even went and got into a car. Look at what he did at that thing. And that is how they kidnapped Omoyele Sowore. And this was 2 years ago. Now you will remember. Let me stop this video so that okay, good. You will recall that DSS first of all claimed that they did not have Omoyele Sowore and all kinds of things that they said, but that's not important to us today. I told you guys I was going to share something with you. I was going to share a video of what happened today. Remember those 5 guys who were at Dunamis? Well, it is interesting to know that they've been released. You know, a lot of people were working in the background to ensure their release, and I'm going to show you what happened when they came out. And you can see them, even though they had suffered all of these things, they were still in a high spirit. Okay, guys. So that's those are the Dunamis 5. Those guys who were arrested. You see, one thing they keep doing is when you keep trying to suppress people, when you keep beating people up, when you keep manhandling people and hoping that you will stop them from talking, you turn them into something else. Can you believe that these boys were the ones that were sent to the prison in Kogi State? And when they came out on their own, they went to Dunamis. See, you have to understand, these guys, you have radicalized them. It's not us that radicalize them. You, federal government of Nigeria, you have radicalized them. Because it's funny. People are suffering. They can see clearly that things are not working. They see that their life is not amounting to anything. They see that the money in their hand does not achieve anything for them. And yet, you are telling them not to cry. You're telling them not to complain. Let us look at before Moyele Sowore called for revolution now, before they had that August 5 protest in 2019, what was the price of foodstuff then? What is the price of foodstuff right now? Has it not tripled, fourfold, fivefold? Has it not? Okay. How about insecurity? How about insecurity? How about insecurity? Has it stopped? No. Instead of stopping, more people are affected by insecurity. That is the situation of things in Nigeria right now. There's more robbery. There is more kidnapping. The police force that, after August 5, later, 1 year later, we had NSAS in 2020. But check out the police force that we're saying end them, end SARS. What did they become? To the point where some of you who didn't believe what we are saying, your jaws are dropping with Abba Kaire. But Abba Kaire is just one man. He is a reflection of the decay within the Nigerian police force. But we are not surprised because we told you, we said this is what these people are doing. But he said, no, we should go and shut up. We don't know what we're talking about. The kidnapping. We're talking about from when we said bring back the girl, bring back our girls. Post-revolution now period to a situation where you know how many people get kidnapped every day? Do you know? Before revolution now, you could even talk and the government will argue with you and you could go to court. Right now, we are dealing with the case of a man who is having trouble because the government felt that he insulted Muhammad Buhari, that he insulted Boss Mustafa. Can you imagine? And you call yourself a democratic country. I know a lot of people have given up. They don't want to listen to all this talk about Nigeria and what is going on. But I'm wondering, how do you plan to solve this problem? If you are tired of listening to things like what we're saying, how do you plan to solve the problem? How do you plan to solve the problem of the dollar that before we call for revolution now, the dollar was 200 and something. Today, the dollar is 450, sometimes 500. So was it arresting Omoyele Sowore that was going to solve the problem? If that was going to solve the problem, but by now we should have solved the problem. But that didn't solve the problem. By the way, if you want to come on the show and you want to contribute, please, there's a link that I'm going to send, and that is the the link with which you can join. Okay, if you want to join, you can use this link and join, because I have noticed that something that is with us is that we think there is a particular set of people that this revolution thing, this protest thing is just their profession. It is meant for them, while the rest of us go about doing whatever we are doing. No, it's not meant for a particular group of people. If you want to, yeah, I set it up there. You will see that link. If you want, you can you can um you can use that link to come on, and I can have you as a guest, because 2 days from now, on August 5th, we're going to be remembering what happened 2 years ago. Why are we saying this? Because instead of something changing, a lot of things have gone bad. You can't sit down and be hoping that some people come and protest for you. You cannot say people should not protest because, oh, if they protest, something will happen to them. My question is, the people who have not protested, did something not happen to them? Okay. So if something happened to people who protested and people who did not protest, and protesting is your fundamental human rights, why would you sit down and let somebody trample on your fundamental human right? It does not make sense at all, one bit. So on August 5, there will be activities that will remind the government that the issue we had with them, nothing has changed, though. Or if you think that something has changed, maybe you should be the one helping me. Come live and tell me what you think has changed for the better, because as per something changing, things have changed. But if you think that something has changed for the better, then come on and tell me. I just posted the link there. Well, we cannot, in fact, when it comes to pressing down or silencing activists from the time of revolution now, look at what has happened. Look at what has happened. In fact, I know what I should have done. I'm going to place a call to someone who, or you know what, I will, because I want to bring some people on who were there during that revolution now period, and I know what they suffered. Sometimes when you bring them on, they are able to tell you their experiences. Okay, but nothing has changed. We cannot stop protesting. We cannot give up. We cannot let anybody intimidate us. We'll continue to do what we're doing. Okay, so I just sent a link to someone who might want to be a guest on my program. This is people who experienced this brutality from the government firsthand. They were there when we did the August 5 thing, and they'll give you first-hand information. And then I'm sending them a text. But if you want to come on, there's a link there. It's a StreamYard link. You just follow that link and you will be admitted, and then you can make your contributions. Don't forget that tomorrow we have Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Ejiofor, as our guest on our program. He's going to give us first-hand information about his meeting with Kanu. Thank you, Olamide. Good evening to you. You're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Like I said, the link is there if anybody wants to come on. The link is there. I'll be looking up for anybody that comes on. If you want to call in, I can also give you a number to call. Number to call will be +1 647 989 2837. What I don't want people, you see, even somebody like me, I won't lie to you. There are sometimes you're doing this thing and you feel discouraged. You don't even feel like you don't feel like it. You don't feel up to it. You know, if I had my way, you just go on a vacation. Stop talking about Nigeria. Stop talking about protesting. Stop talking about engaging the government. Stop talking about activism entirely. But you can't. You can't because of the many lives that are affected by what you do. You can't because of the many people who are looking up to you. You can't because you are a voice to people who don't have a voice, to people who don't have the opportunity to do what you're doing, to people who are in a place that if they do what you're doing, they'll be arrested the next day. So that makes us not to stop. So even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't think you should continue, you must find the will. You must find the willpower within you to continue. That's why you see me doing what we're doing. So I need you to invite people. I need you to support all the people that will be doing activities all over the place tomorrow. Like I said, there'll be protests. Sure, not tomorrow. Sorry, on Thursday. There'll be protests. There'll be symposiums. There'll be so many activities that are lined up to remember what happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago today, Omoyele Sowore was arrested, was kidnapped, was abducted, and things have not changed. Food prices became more, food became inaccessible, and beyond the reach of the common man. That's the situation in Nigeria. Fuel prices did not help matters. Unemployment is steadily on the increase, on the rise. Armed robbery steadily on the rise. Persecution of civilians by people in the armed forces, in the police, all this just kept on happening. People keep complaining. Killings of people continued. Abuses here and there. The police was already overwhelmed. Boko Haram captured how many local government areas, hoisted their flags, and are busy converting people to Islam. The federal government, in fact, the vice president came at the time and he says, you know what, we should just hand Nigeria to the hands of God, that nothing else anybody can do. Is that how a nation should be? Is that what should happen in a nation? I don't think so. I don't think so. That is absolutely very, very wrong. You know, that is where we are. Okay, the person I just called now. See, in Nigeria, treating malaria. That's the situation. Treating malaria, and the funny thing is, he's not even sure that the drug he's going to buy will be the right drug. That is the situation they have in Nigeria. And see, people cannot give up. Oh, we cannot give up. We will continue, even when it looks like we are the only one. We will continue, even when it looks like, oh, there's no reason to be doing that. Why would you say there's no reason? The day will stop is the day we see that things are now better. It's not, it doesn't mean that there won't be any problem, but not self-inflicted problems. That's what we have in Nigeria. Problems that are inflicted on the citizenry by the government itself. You know, I was discussing with somebody recently, and we're talking about revolution now. And he kept saying, you know what? I just think that you people should abandon this thing and just face, let Sowore face Yoruba people, and you just face Igbo people. By the time I finished talking with him, he saw reason with me while we're calling for revolution now. Because if we had had a revolution, if we had continued with NSAS, trust me, by now, if Biafra wants Biafra, we will organize a referendum, and when people vote and say they want to go, there is nothing you can do. So maybe we would have gotten a Biafra by now. But it is because we couldn't work together as a coalition of the oppressed, because we all are from the same, we speak the same language, we are from the same place, all the oppressed people. When it comes to oppression, now all of us, they hear we. So the government has been speaking to all the oppressed people in a language that they understand. All we needed to do was to bind together and fight the government. That is what we are preaching with revolution now. Had we done that, Sunday Igboho will not be having the problem he's having right now. There will not be any reason for him to try to escape. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be having the problem that he's having right now. I'm telling you the truth. Because as long as that dragon is there, as long as we have not cut off the head of the dragon, that dragon will keep on blowing fire and destroying things, and will keep scampering to hide, then come and fight, go and hide again. So you understand what the project or the ideology we had with Revolution Now. That is what was driving Revolution Now. It is that we must fight for the Biafran. We must fight for the non-Biafran, for the Oduduwa, for the Arewa, for everybody who is an indigene of wherever you are within the geographical region of Nigeria. Some of you don't like it when I call Nigeria, but it's okay. We have to make reference to the region. And the region we're talking about is Nigeria. That is what we're dealing with. And these people, you know, whenever I come out, I treat our relationship with the federal government of Nigeria as people fighting a war. But the reason why we're losing this war sometimes is because we fight our individual battles. The time has come, and now is the time when we must not fight our battles individually, because that's why they are able to overwhelm us. Now that they are calling for a protest on the 5th of August, the protest cares about all the people who have been denied their fundamental human rights. So if the protest takes into cognizance the struggle by Biafrans, the struggle by Oduduwa people, and any other activists, why won't people come and join hands and do this protest? And the first thing I'm going to have somebody say is that, you know that if you come out, they're going to shoot you. And my question is, how many people do you know that they have shot? They didn't come out, they were inside their house. I think our problem is that we do not yet understand that Buhari is a tyrant. This guy is a tyrant. His ways are not normal. Heartless tyrant. His heart is behind, not in front. But he has a subtle way of doing it. But I guess, and I believe we've come to a point where we all now realize that except we all bind together, we're not going nowhere. And that's a good place to start. That's a very good place to start. Okay? So let's not forget what happened to us on August August the 3rd, 2019. And it's against that backdrop that we are calling you to come out on August the 5th and support what we're doing. Show that you're angry if you're angry, because sometimes I don't know if you're really angry, but if you're angry, this is the time to show that you're angry. If you feel oppressed, this is the time for you to show that you feel oppressed. Don't wait till Chidi goes to do protest for you. Don't wait till somebody like Sowore goes to do protest for you. Don't wait for anybody. If you want it, you go get it. Yesterday when I was interviewing Bruce Fain, the IPOB, an IPOB foreign lawyer in the United States of America, I asked him, what do you think is the problem? And he made it clear that our fate is in our hands. Nobody will come and fight for you. Look, forget United Nations, forget America, forget any other person that will say they want to come and help you. They will come. It's good that they come, but you know that they have limitations. And they can only come when you invite them, not just by writing them and telling them to come, or when you have demonstrated that really you want to be out of this thing, which was also an irony, because I was wondering, what else do they want us to do to show that we're serious? A lot of young people have laid down their lives, even since we call for revolution now. Lots of people have died. I remember I had asked the lawyer, how many people usually would die before United Nations takes the matter serious? Because people have died. People are dying of starvation. In a country that has oil, people can't find food. It is pathetic, honestly. I can sit down here and talk about the problem. And you know what I noticed? A lot of Nigerians have become complacent. They are tired. They no longer want to hear the bad news. They're like, tease me. You know that song that says, tease me, tease me, tease me, tease me, tease me, till I lose control. They want you to just tease them. Tell them, just comedies. Comedies are making it big time in Nigeria right now. Because people just want to hear a joke. People just want to forget their sorrows. The new opium in Nigeria has become comedy. That is it. Because they don't want to confront the life that they live. They've sat down and they have analyzed where they're going. And they have plotted their future. And nothing good comes back. Very disappointing future they have. Now, how are they going to change it? They don't even know. You see why it is pathetic? State of hopelessness. That's the state in the country. Guys, I'm going to have to end this broadcast. Please don't let the sacrifices of people like Sowore, people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people like Igboho, don't let the sacrifices they've made on behalf of all of us, don't let it come in vain. Even by what you text, don't make all these people look back and say, should I have done this? Did the people actually value me? Let's remember that they were fighting for us, and then they were also fighting for the generation after us. All right, thank you so much for being my guest today. We're going to continue. We're going to bring you guys updates. And don't forget, like I said before, that tomorrow, Mazi Nnamdi Kano's lawyer, Barrister Ejiofor, will be here as our guest to tell us what Mazi Nnamdi Kano told him in the DSS cell. So make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you don't miss it, okay? And I'll see you guys. See you guys tomorrow. I don't know if I have that poster. I'm going to post it on our community, and you guys can join. All right. Please take care. We love you, and we'll always love you, I guess. Bye bye.